Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Pro Wrestling Tonight on IndieQuebec.com. It's the Prez once again with my co-host, the magnificent Dre Breeze. How you doing, Dre?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing this week?
Doing good, man. It's a hot summer. Been enjoying the weather. I'm on vacation, so yeah, things are going good.
Awesome.
So yeah, how about we'll get right into the big news of the week? How about Vince McMahon officially retiring from pro wrestling? It's the end of an era.
It is. It is. My opinion, personally, it's about damn time.
Yeah,
It's at
I
least
agree. I agree. Sadly,
I
like not to like shit on him that much, but
I'd say it's at least 5 to 10 years too late, if you ask me.
agreed.
For my opinion, you should have let it go to Triple H and Stephanie when Triple H started to make NXT fire. You know what I mean? All the moves he made, bringing in, making William Regal, bringing in all that talent and everything, and then McMahon just had to take it back again. And
And
now,
ruin it
well, yeah, he
and
really
make it
ruined it.
unwatchable.
Exactly, which is what it is right now. Uh, I wouldn't say well. In I'm not a WWE fan, so it's unwatchable for me. But a lot of people like it. But even they find the storylines, besides Roman Reigns, they're all like, "This is boring
But
stuff."
like the new NXT especially is like horrible.
I, I can't even watch it.
I know, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but WWE main roster, maybe we'll see like some shakeup. We've heard the rumors, like you were saying about, you were saying I think last week or the week before that, they might be moving to a TV 14 product, which would be more in line with the Attitude Era. Triple H, of course, was mainstay in the Attitude Era. I've been rewatching the '98 Raws, and yeah, Triple H was pretty cool mid Carter before he became
but
this destroy like main event destroyer. He was a great mid cutter, I would say. As it,
he was, and well, even the formation of DX and
oh,
all
it was
that,
great.
all during the Attitude Era. They had no limits to what they could say on TV. I mean, at the end of the day, they need to go get those fans back because those fans are wrestling fans, and those wrestling fans are the one that spend a lot of money.
And there was
Yes,
like 8-9 million people watching back then. Like those people are still around. They're just
yeah,
moved on to UFC or they watch NFL.
yeah, because they're like it's not hardcore enough to them. It's not realistic enough anymore. It's gone more into I'd say like a superhero type of thing for children in a way, more like it was at the end of the 80s, early 90s,
Yeah.
more than the end of the 90s where it really popped. He kind of went back to the same formula. Is like, I'm successful, I don't have a competitor, you know, let's make it for kids. And
Yeah.
now when a competition comes, he realizes that, oh shit, I need that niche audience too. Because the niche audience at the end of the day is what makes your product cool because they talk about it and
Yeah,
then
they're
the
the
cat
ones who spread the word. They're the ones that walk around with the t-shirts that people say, hey, that is a pretty cool t-shirt. What is Stone Cold Steve
exactly.
Austin?
The niche fans bring the casual fans
What
because
is
if they
suck it?
it,
People are like,
exactly,
back in the
exactly.
day.
So I think it would be a good move. It's going to be good for WWE. I'll give it
I'm
a try.
excited to actually. I'm literally excited to see the change. I guess Laurinaitis is out. Good. I hope
Yes,
Bruce Pritchard is out soon.
me too. Me too. Pretty
Maybe
sure
bring back Road Dog. I would say.
probably will. He probably will. There's going to be a defect. This is where it's going to hurt AEW in a certain way. He's going to realize that what he did by bringing a bunch of people over and stepping on his other people that made him competition at first, it's going to reverse against him. Guys are going to go the other way now because Triple H is
Because it's
back.
Triple H, and like a guy like Adam Cole might remember, like, oh, I remember Triple H was cool with me in NXT. Maybe I'll give WWE another try. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
That's what's going to happen. Guys like MJF, when their contract's up, they're going to go there. A guy like Brian Cage, who looks as good as he looks, wrestles as good as he wrestles, may not be a beast on the microphone, but he's a beast in the ring. And Triple H appreciates that. To where Vince doesn't, he's like, okay, we could do something with him if he looks good. Triple H is more like, yeah, this guy, man, we just need to put a guy to talk with him, and he's the next Bobby Lashley.
Maybe even guys like EC3 or Zack Ryder who were like, my time in WWE is done. But now it's like a fresh company almost, you know?
Yeah, it's a place for guys to go back now,
For
So
now, we'll see. But like, it's promising. It's cool. It's great news. I've seen some people online, these news sites, saying it's like the biggest news in the past 25 years. Like, I think that's a bit exaggerated, but it
no,
is
it is.
big news. It is big
It's
news.
huge because it's the passing of an era. Now
It
the
is. It is.
controlling, like for everything Vince McMahon did that was good for the business, and he made money and he created superstars, and he did. There's a lot of seedy shit that slipped over the cracks over the years because in the 80s there wasn't cameras on everybody's phone, there wasn't
Yeah.
internet everywhere. People wouldn't listen when a girl said I was touched, I was raped. They'd be like, yeah, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Like stop complaining. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
mean,
Like,
it's not only here. I mean, we're seeing it even in like the junior hockey here in Canada,
yeah,
uh, Hollywood, of course. We're seeing it everywhere. So,
as much as I am not for cancel culture, there needs to be something done about this.
of course, I'm not for cancel culture, but like, of course,
Like this is
in
retarded.
these
Tell
kind of cases,
girls
yes.
like,
Like, if you're a fucking prick, yes, but not
there's
for no
prick
reason.
everywhere.
There's a
You
limit.
know, it, it needs to be cleaned up, and it's being cleaned up. And
Yeah,
like I say, Vince McMahon, to me, that's the problem. Like some people, like I have a friend who's crazy WWE. We argue all the time. It's because he still sees the company the way he saw it when he was a child.
yeah. A
You know
lot
what
of
I'm
people
saying?
have
He,
that
he looks at it
love.
and he's,
I know.
oh, when Warrior would come out, oh, when The Rock comes on the microphone, I'm like, yeah, but that's not what it fucking is.
It
It's
hasn't
not
been
that.
that for like 25, 30 years.
But they can't get it out of their head. And no matter what bad is done, they still like just keep remembering the memories. They're kind of like that mother that protects their son that's a fucking serial killer. He's
Yeah.
my son. I love him. Yeah, he's killed 25 people. Yeah, but he's a good boy. No, he's not. Like Vince McMahon has done good for wrestling, but he's a fucking piece of shit. I'm not gonna hold my words. He fucking fucked up a bunch of girls. He hid a murder. Like I'm fucking convinced he hid Jimmy Snuka's girlfriend's murder. Like he paid off that goddamn sheriff. There's no proof, but if you put the dots together, that's exactly what
No, of
happened.
course. We rewatched the Dark Side of the Ring episode. Yeah,
Like,
so no, I mean, definitely like the reason he is retiring is because of all of these allegations and all of this bad press the company's got. Now that he stepped down, I've seen that the company's stock actually went up after. That's pretty
yeah,
hilarious.
because they know now it's time to buy because a lot of fans are gonna go back because a lot of fans went
Yeah,
down with
they
Triple
might
H
give it
stepped
a try.
away.
People are gonna give it a try.
There's a lot of people that are going to give it a try again. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a try. I'll see. I mean, I'm willing to give Triple H a chance. He's a great wrestling mind. So let's see,
Yeah.
what he can do.
How about going to one of Triple H's mentors here, Ric Flair's last match? Let's talk a bit about this show coming up. Main evented Ric Flair. He'll be teaming with his son-in-law Andrade El Idolo, taking on Jeff Jarrett with Jay Lethal.
I mean, it's good. I mean, I see it. I see TNA 2013, but I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but I like how they're putting Jay Lethal in there. I really like Jeff Jarrett out of his like because of his podcast. I
yeah,
used to
because
hate the guy, but I've really started to become a fan of his.
I mean, I've never
So
hated Jeff Jarrett personally as a person. I always thought he had big shoes to fill from when he
yeah,
was a young man. Uh, his dad's shoes, of course. I think he's been through a lot. He's had a lot of pressure on him. I think he's been demoralized often by the business. Rather, it was what Vince McMahon did in the WWE by making him wear a stupid fucking hat like that when he's from Tennessee. He's not from fucking Texas. I mean, making him a country singer. I don't know if he truly enjoyed that. I don't know if the finger by Hulk Hogan losing the WCW title, if he truly appreciated that. I think he's been held down a lot. Yes, it's true he was maybe just a mid card talent, which is what some guys say, that he always wanted to be on top and he shouldn't have been on top. I was always entertained by Double J. Personally,
no, that's it. The guy like he had some good moments.
and I think he can go down in the books as a legend. You
Yeah,
know,
sure.
his
I mean, he was in
overall,
a lot of like big moments in wrestling.
he was across a bunch of promotions. So to have him versus Flair, I think is good. You know, you got two younger guys and two older guys to even it out. I mean,
Yeah.
Flair is basically saying, I can't do a match alone. I'm too old.
No.
And
Yeah.
his body, like, is fucked up. Like, Flair is. People don't realize when he was in WWE, he had already been wrestling for fucking 15, 20 years.
At
When
least,
he
at
showed
least,
up, like, people are like, yo, Flair, you know, and then the guy continued. I think his career's been 40 fucking years,
at
you know?
least. And I mean, the guy, I think he started in the 60s. He survived a plane crash. He was an amateur wrestler. No, Ric Flair, well, I mean, his career speaks for itself. We don't really need to go over that too much, but have you seen the undercard? We get Tessa Blanchard is going to be on it,
He's
which is
back,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
She's going to show her face, so let's see where she ends up
We're going to
after
have the
this.
Motor City Machine Guns against the American Wolves.
That's going to be really
Yeah,
good.
bunch of other good matches. This should be like an interesting, it's kind of like an indie card. It's put on by Conrad Thompson, of course, his son-in-law, Ric Flair's
Yeah.
son-in-law. So yeah, Ric Flair's last match. It's not really a meaningful thing besides the fact that it's Ric Flair's last match.
I mean, would
But
I have rather have seen it in Impact or on AEW as a smaller card or something? I think I would have. I think it should have.
it would
Since
have
he's
got
a
more eyes on it probably because I don't think that many people ultimately know about it.
oh no, if you don't have Instagram or Twitter, you're probably not even seeing
Yeah, exactly.
the
That's what I
promo to
feel
the
like the
card.
same thing.
Maybe Fight if you rent on Fight, maybe
Yeah,
Fight or
exactly. Yeah, but
Phoenix.
like
But
that's a niche people already.
you have to be a wrestling fan. If you're watching
Exactly.
regular TV, you're watching AEW or just WWE, you don't fucking know this is gonna go well.
No,
Like,
at all.
you know, so
Even though there's a bunch of wrestlers from AEW, there's hey, Alan Angels is booked on Ric Flair's last match. He's on the
you know,
card.
so that's good for him.
There's a
He was
lucha match. We're not gonna go over the whole card. But
no,
yeah,
it's gonna be really good.
yeah,
It's gonna
so
be
we'll go
so,
over the results though of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I might even buy it, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, how about we'll go over, we don't have to go over the whole pay-per-view, but the ROH pay-per-view this weekend. I got
Which is
into it a bit. I'll say that it felt a bit like cold. The matches weren't like,
it felt like an AEW pay per view.
and
That's
it
what it
did
felt.
feel very AEW. I thought there would be more surprises, but I'm not gonna like cry that there wasn't surprises because
No,
like,
I mean the matches were good. The wrestlers went out, they did their thing. Every match was a solid match.
oh yeah,
Uh,
like Yuta against Garcia was an awesome like it was like a really a wrestling show.
yeah. It was a Ring of Honor show. Like
Yeah.
it was Ring of Honor, but it was weird because it was really. I don't know. I don't even know if the fans that were there were truly Ring of Honor fans or they're just AEW fans. Like WWE fans went to NXT in a certain ways. You know,
Or
just people.
WWE fans who were like, ECW, okay, like I guess that's cool when they bought
Exactly.
it.
And the ripple effects from this is going to be interesting. I mean, what's going to happen with the righteous? I mean, Vincent's
Hey, they
appearing,
were cool. I really
you
liked
know?
them on the pay-per-view. They lost the titles to the boys and Dalton Castle, but the righteous are a cool stable.
Yeah, they are. So what is going to happen with him though? Because
I
the
don't
way
know, but
he's,
I hope what happens to them is we see them on Dynamite or something.
because
I don't
I've
know.
been
They're
looking
good.
at what
They're good.
he's made, because Vincent works with Impact right now. Is he
Yeah,
contracted? I don't know, but I know he's on Impact. Is Tony Khan gonna sign Bateman? I don't know. Bateman is a good wrestler. I watched him in the NWA for years at Coast to Coast Wrestling out west. He's a great wrestler, great talent. The other guy I know less there, but of course they could be a good stable. But is he signing this stable? Because the way they made it look was like they were gone.
yeah,
Like
kind of.
look
Yeah,
on Twitter,
unfortunately,
if you
it
look
looks like
on
some of these guys, it might
Facebook,
be the end.
yeah, it was kind of like he was tying nuts and bolts to older staff that was there. He's like, okay, you guys had the title, so you're going to lose it. Gresham's not under contract with AEW.
Oh,
You
did you hear
title.
about that whole thing?
Oh
So
yeah, he's gone.
Claudio Claudio Castagnoli is your new Ring of Honor champion. They put this match on first. Grisham comes out alone without Tully Blanchard. And then out of nowhere, Prince Nana just like comes to ringside during the match, and they're like, "Yeah, now his Tully Blanchard sold his contract to him." Apparently, Jonathan Grisham and Tony Khan got into a big argument backstage,
Yeah, a
and
hell of a.
maybe that'll be the end of Jonathan Grisham and
It
in this
is.
whole
No,
thing.
it is. It is. He's
It
gone.
is.
It is. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He says he's so frustrated he's done with wrestling for now. I say he shows up in Impact in 3 months. Is most definite, 100% where
I could
he's going
see
to
that.
show up. Because he was there at all the tapings for months until they decided to pull him from Impact because they were going to start to revive Ring of Honor. And I think that's what pissed him off. At a point, he was like, I've been going around, I've defended it in so many fucking federations. This
Keeping it
belt,
relevant.
keeping Ring of Honor relevant. You know, I'm on Impact Television. I'm in a feud with Eddie Edwards for the belt, and you pull me off TV. You pull me out of the feud with Honor No More out of nowhere.
Like, no, we need you on our show, and
We
then
need
like,
you on our show, and then just to have me be put over Claudio, who just showed up with no storyline. He wasn't
and
really.
turn him heel with Tully Blanchard, which made no sense, and then to put him with Prince Nana, which okay, I don't mind Prince Nana. I love Prince Nana actually. I actually have an embassy
I
T-shirt
was
somewhere,
happy.
but
I was happy that he was back. I was like, oh
like
fuck,
it
maybe
doesn't
they
make
are
sense.
bringing everybody back. You know, I was like, but why would you do it that way? Because
Like
they
make
don't.
him be his manager, and then he loses the belt right away. Like, yeah, that makes no sense. That
It
made no
made no
sense.
sense. And I
It was a
understand
good
totally
match. It was honestly a good match, but
because
it
it
made
was
no
two
sense.
professionals. Two professionals went out there and did what they had to do, even though one of them was like, listen, man, it's nothing against you, but this is bullshit. And I'm sure Claudio
That
must have thought
happens a lot in
anyway.
wrestling, unfortunately.
No, I'm pretty sure Claudio must have thought the same thing in his head anyway, even though he knew he was going to win. He must
Yeah.
have said to John, listen, I'm sorry, I have nothing to do with this man. You know, you're right. There should have been a bigger storyline. What do you want me to say? Like, what are we doing? And
That's
John was
it.
probably like, we're going to go
Claudio,
out.
I would honestly rather see him go for like the AEW title right away. I would rather see him be a main eventer right away in AEW.
You know, and it was just like, okay, well,
it's
good.
fine for now.
I mean, one company's loss is another company's fucking treasure. In my opinion, he is going to go see his wife. He will be back in Impact in 3 months, max.
Probably. That sounds like it makes
You
sense.
know, and that's where he's going to go. That's where he seemed happy there. So I think he's going to be, you know, fuck you, I'm going there, you know.
And yeah, like you're saying, it feels like some guys got like finished up, and like at the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view, it felt like the same thing with a couple of other guys that we didn't see come back here. Example, like Rhett Titus, he lost his belt. We haven't seen him. I don't think we will.
No, we don't. These are guys that Tony was like, listen, I can only take so many guys.
I can't sign everyone here. There's only so many seats in the car.
So many seats, exactly. So he's just cut. That's why we didn't see Mike Bennett and Matt Taven back with
PCO.
No, we didn't see PCO. Kenny King. These were all guys that knew they weren't going to go back. And the only reason Vincent went back was because he had no choice. There were trios titles, and they had already won.
I'm sure they got a good payday here to be on the pay-per-view.
Sure. I don't think he's mad about it. I think it's just like, listen, you know, where do you
like bad timing?
As a wrestler, where do you want to be? Do you want to be at the end of the line of a company that has 125 wrestlers on their roster? Or would you rather be like, look, I'm going to get TV time in a place that has 35 wrestlers?
Yeah.
It's that, or I'm not getting any TV time. I'm going on the indies and I'm not getting any.
And grinding it out on the indies.
And grinding it out. So, you know, like I said, one company's loss is another company's gain. Scott D'Amore is very happy with this. I mean, look, Bandito and Ray Horus are going to be at the next tapings for Impact. So Bandito's already, I think Bandito's going to Impact too. They had him lose at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, there you go. There's another guy. It doesn't
seem
like he's being brought in.
And he's way too good to just be on the indies.
He is. Agreed. Agreed.
So he's going.
Main event was FTR against the Briscoes again. So yeah, Briscoes are signed to an ROH contract, even though there's no ROH shows.
Yeah,
So they
it's
got
weird.
them, Colt Cabana. These guys are just like in limbo, waiting for Ring of Honor to happen.
It's so weird. I
I
went to
feel
see
like
the Ring
Chris
of Honor.
Hero is somewhere waiting for Ring of Honor to restart too.
I went to the Ring of Honor roster on their website,
All it
and then I
is like the
started,
Briscoes and
they're there. And then there's weird things too. I'm just like, this is so weird. Okay, so Deonna Purrazzo's there. I'm like, yeah, but she's under contract with Impact. Why are you using her like on your website? Like just guys that
yeah.
don't make sense. You know, like why didn't they take this guy's profile off? Why is this profile there? He's
Yeah,
not even there
sometimes
no more.
their websites are weird.
You know,
I'll have to check that out too.
but then they're updated in the
Like they'll
sense that
update some, but then not take out some, but take
yeah,
out some. Yeah.
exactly. Like Brian Cage is there, Claudio's there, like FTR's there, but you didn't take out like like I say, there's Perazo there for some reason. She wrestled one match for the company. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like
True.
just like weird. Like I'm just like this is weird. So
The
you
whole
never
thing
get
is still weird.
to
It's like a work in progress, but I don't know like how much work they're really putting into getting a TV deal
it's in
here.
limbo. They're just gonna make it NXT for AEW. That's really what they're gonna do. It's just gonna be a third
Or
when they do
dark.
get it.
It's just gonna be
When
another
they do,
dark elevation too.
I think they're gonna quit Dark.
And
They're
just turn
waiting to
that into Ring of Honor.
they're waiting to get a syndicated TV station that's going to show Ring of Honor. They're probably going to do it on Tuesdays or something like that, or Mondays.
But the
Late
thing
at night.
is that like if they do one day start a streaming service, which they should do if they want to start making money one day, getting profitable, it's good to have Ring of Honor in one way,
It is.
in that
It
way.
is. It's money. So
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get on to our AEW Dynamite review. This week was a Fight for the Fallen, and
yeah,
this year they're donating the money to something to do with sharks. That's cool, I guess. Sharks.
yeah, because it's shark.
They should have
So.
brought Shark Boy back. So the
Hey,
first
he looked
match,
pretty good last week at Impact's pay per view and
there
at
you
the
go. He
tape.
was on Impact. Like they
And
shouldn't have
he
been like
and he wasn't that bad, man. Like for
his
comedy
suit,
reasons.
like his gear is kind of like a good gear for like if you're getting older. It doesn't really
It
show
is.
your body, so.
It doesn't. So
So yeah, first match of the night was for the interim title. Roosh taking on John Moxley in a pretty hard hitting match.
it was good.
It was a good match. It was pretty predictable though. I would think obviously no one thought Roosh was going to win the belt, but like we get to see what he can do.
Yeah.
And this guy is good. Like he was one of the better guys at the end of Ring of Honor there.
Yeah, he's a main event dude, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
I mean
Agreed.
in ring skills, he can be in a main event. I mean his mic skills, I mean he has a heavy accent and stuff like that and
No,
all
yeah.
that.
He's
His
a
promo
luchador. It's okay for the
he-
mic skill to a certain
but
extent.
I mean, what a match. It was a good match. The only part I didn't like was when everybody came running out and ran into the crowd. That just don't make sense to me. It doesn't look good. It looked fake. Why is fucking Alexander Abraham, or what the fuck is his name again? Alex
Alex
fucking.
Abrahamtes.
Why is he running also after the guy?
He's
Like I
always
don't.
like acting like he's tough.
He's just running. Like you see Pentagon run by, then you see Phoenix, and I'm like, okay, cool. Then you see him running.
Yeah, like what are
I'm like,
you gonna do? Pull out a
what are
gun
you?
or a knife? Otherwise you're
Like,
useless.
why are you chasing him? Like, I didn't get that. And he almost failed when he
He's
jumped
always
over.
hilarious though. He's
So
like so out of place.
it
I
was
don't
just
know who to
awkward
compare him to in the past of wrestling. Like
for real.
some guy
Oh
who
man,
like Todd Pettengill, but like if he actually got like he was a manager.
exactly. He's exactly that. He's like an awkward character, you know. That you're just like, oh, this guy's a
It's like
dweeb.
making Michael Cole like a manager of someone or something.
He makes Michael Cole look cool,
He almost does. He almost does.
you know, and that's saying a lot. So yeah. So this Mox match was good. I mean, after the fucking promo with Jericho and
Yeah,
everything,
Jericho randomly comes out, which felt like a bit surprising to me, anyways. And then they
thrown
just
together.
go back and forth, Jericho, and they end up like agreeing to have a match. So Jericho's
Yeah.
the number one contender.
I mean, I like the Mox part where he said, take away interim, he's just champion. I'm for that also. It's just
Well, for
champ.
now,
If
why
your
not?
champion is injured, he loses the belt. That's point final. He got injured. He lost the
That's
belt. The
what I
belt is
think it
stripped.
should be. Like,
The belt is stripped away from you, fucker. That's it. So stop using the word interim. So what does that mean? CM Punk comes back and Moxley's gonna hand him the belt. Here you go. I'm sorry, I kept it warm for
but they
you.
have to have a match.
Yeah, exactly. So just take away fucking interim. Just say when CM Punk comes back, he's automatically number one contender because he never lost the belt. He was injured. See, like Jericho comes out and he calls his number one contendership for 2 years ago, which
Yeah,
is
it's like,
true.
okay.
But like, okay, why now? Like your face
No,
is
but
still
it's
black
true. He
from the.
hasn't gone for the title in a long time, though, Jericho.
He
We
has
were
it.
even saying that recently. We were saying
Yeah,
that recently.
yeah. But I didn't like the thing of Lionheart. Like, stop
Yeah, he
calling him
starts
that.
calling out. He's like, I want to see the guy from ECW on bootleg VHS tapes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, he's not that guy anymore. Okay, I'm not the kid I was in elementary school.
That and just the fact that it's like when they used to do that in WWE with Mick Foley because he was three characters and then the guy would talk to one of his characters. I don't want Mankind. I don't want Dude Love.
I want Dude Love.
Well,
No, they never
I
said
want
Dude Love.
Cactus
They always
Jack.
wanted Cactus Jack. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like just tell Foley you want to see Foley in the ring and then surprise the fans by having him come out in the character that he wants to be. I'd rather you challenge Moxley and then Moxley's expecting you to come out as the Painmaker or the fucking Wizard, and then you surprise everybody and drop the Lionheart music and come out as Lion.
That would have been way better. Agreed. I agree.
No.
But it
Why
looks like
is
they're kind of giving Jericho some kind of weird face push here. But I guess
it's
this means that finally the Jericho and Kingston feud is over. Or is Kingston going to get involved in this? I bet you Kingston gets involved in this match.
well, they had it in a way because Kingston got involved in the Guerrero and the set was it the Sammy Guevara match? Yeah, the Sammy Guevara match. So Kingston comes out, they attack the Sammy Guevara match. So it's still Kingston and basically Ortiz and Ruby versus the Jericho Appreciation
Yeah.
Society. Just not Jericho himself.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna go after Guevara instead. You know, it's just an unfinishing. It's yeah, I don't know.
It's a
Time to change.
never-ending feud. Yeah, we'll see. This upcoming pay-per-view, I don't know. So far, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be over the top, like crazy matches from top to bottom, but I think that's a good thing. Not every pay-per-view has to be like a ladder match, then a death match, then a barbed wire match, then a title match.
No,
But
I think
anyway,
I think they're going to concentrate on building characters a little
I
bit
hope
more.
that would be a great idea if they
They
did.
really need to, you know. So
then, how about we get next Danhausen against Ricky Starks for the FTW title?
this whole thing was the best part of the night.
That's what I was about to say. Like, okay, this part was like funny, whatever. Danhausen loses, predictable, but he actually gets a good pop. I don't mind Danhausen being on the show, to tell you.
And he actually wrestled.
He did. This was the best shit he did tonight.
Yeah. Tonight he came out and showed he's actually a wrestler. Like he can wrestle. He's not
but
just
then how about Ricky Starks is like, okay, that was easy enough. I throw down another challenge. And who comes out for the FTW challenge? But the FTW, the guy who rightfully should be holding that title.
Yeah, and the guy I said should have come out last week.
There you go. It should have been, but hey, I think they built it up good.
Yeah,
he comes out orange shorts, wins the FTW title, gets a huge pop. Taz was on commentary. I love Hook. Hook is a great character.
He is. Starks even gave him props at the end of the match, which I thought was cool. I was like, okay, so there's not really a beef. It was like, okay, man, like I lost, I'll get you next time, type of thing. I thought that was cool. I thought it was weird that Taz is on the fucking microphone as a fucking announcer, and this team is still called Team Taz. Like, if you're fucking managing them, go to the side of the fucking ring with them. There's four fucking guys.
The whole Team Taz thing has been weird, but hopefully it gets worked out now. How about at the end, Ricky Starks is bitching, and then out of nowhere, Powerhouse Hobbs turns on Ricky Starks.
Yeah, so this is what I want to know about this. Does this mean Powerhouse Hobbs isn't with fucking Team Taz
I
anymore?
know right now Team Taz is like in disarray. We don't know.
Or is this Team Taz kicking him out, basically?
Or is
Like
Team
Taz,
Taz over?
yeah, exactly. Put Team Taz over with Hobbs and Hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Instead, and they
wouldn't be
got rid of
bad. But I
Stark.
think Hook is destined to be a face now. He's too
Stark,
over.
yeah, Stark might be face though. The people like Ricky
Yeah, I
Starks.
think Starks is going to be a face.
Or is Starks leaving the company? Because when he started to go off on the microphone, it sounded a lot like it's another
Yeah, it
pipe.
almost sounded like MJF,
Yeah, he was
honestly.
going. And you know what? He's another guy just like MJF in this company that's actually been one of the better guys to watch on television.
Definitely. Agreed. He has.
And like
And he's been money on the mic.
they're getting overpassed by guys who are just coming in from
Yeah.
WWE. Like, I'm out sending you up
Or
right to
guys
the
like the
top.
Young Bucks who are like, we're automatically main event anytime we want to be.
Yeah, when we feel like it, we're there. You
Yeah.
know, and I was looking at that today too, because Bleacher Report, Dax shared the fucking rankings for the tag teams, and of course it's Swerve and Lee that are champion.
Yeah.
FTR is the number one challenger. The Bucks are number two. Number three was Hobbs and Starks, and you make them break up tonight.
We need to see more of the ass boys getting title shots. I think they're gonna be like more featured coming up.
Yeah, the Ass Boys, the Acclaimed,
Yeah.
like, you know, these are your tag teams. The Butcher and the Blade, Pentagon and Phoenix, Santana and Ortiz, who are now broken up. Santana's injured, is acting like he wants out of his AEW contract. So, you know, like, you fucking up some of the best tag teams. The Briscoes, you make them lose. You're not going to use them on Warner television because Warner doesn't want them on television because they're fucking what they say
Too
they are.
controversial, yeah.
Two controversial rednecks, you know what I'm saying? Not racist rednecks, but they're still rednecks. They'll say shit that you're like, what the fuck did he say?
It's a
I mean,
misunderstanding. That's like where cancel culture is really like stupid. That's a good
exactly,
example of it.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
and you're
then,
just, what is this tag division?
yeah, like right now, there's a lot of stuff that like it's kind of uh like chaotic. Like the Team Taz, the Taz, like the tag division. Like there's a lot of shit that needs to be like solidified. I think, like maybe a tag team tournament, just so we see all the tag teams and see like a ranking or something.
Exactly. And tag team wrestling's at the top right now.
Yeah,
You can
true.
main
Yeah,
event.
like if you look at the pay per view, like FTR are just killing it. You know.
You know, the people want to see good tag team matches. They love tag team wrestling right now. It's almost bigger than watching the world title. Like,
Yeah.
people want to see FTR come out with three fucking tag belts. They think it's the greatest shit. You know, since the fucking Road Warriors and the Steiners used to pack as main events. You know, the Von Erichs, like, there's so many
Yeah,
tag
Rock and Roll
teams.
Express. No, for sure.
You know?
Tag team wrestling, definitely. And they said that that was going to be a focal point. And to their credit, it has been to a certain point.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah. So
They need.
then afterwards, we had Sami Guevara against Dante Martin. A good high flying match. Sammy's good, getting some good heat.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
there's pushing Dante.
he's
I
so
mean,
bland, but he's so fast. He should kind of be like a luchador. Like, just put a mask
when,
on and like stop trying to cut promos. His promos are
exactly.
horrible, but he's trying.
Yeah, it
But
is. When
he's
I
so good in
see
the
him,
ring that they're like, let's try to make him become good at promos. But like, he doesn't have it.
when I see him, I see a young Rocky Maivia. Like, he just comes out and he does great moves, but you're like, the character is not appealing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I feel like I'm watching some young kid doing flips in the ring, like the 1-2-3 kid when Sean Waltman was the 1-2-3 kid. You just don't give a shit.
Yeah,
You know
yeah, he has that
talented.
like you're still young, so like for now you're probably gonna lose a lot. That kind of
Yeah,
vibe
it's
to
kind
him.
of like he's like a baby face, but he's so baby face you want to puke.
Yeah, true.
You respect that he's talented, but you're just like,
And he
just
was
go to
with
the
I
ring
hated him
and
with the other guy there, Evan Bourne. At least
Oh,
he's not with Evan Bourne, or at least he wasn't with
Matt
Evan Bourne.
Seidel. Oh man, Matt Seidel. There's another story. Great
Yeah.
technical wrestler, great high flyer. Boring.
Let's get to the next promo, which I think this was like the promo of the night. Jungle Boy on Christian saying that Christian's wife divorced him and that a bunch of other, like he does like a hardcore promo basically on Christian. Like
I love
basically
this.
what Christian did to him back.
I love this.
Probably
They're
Jungle
really.
Boy's best work on the
Oh
mic
yeah.
of his
They're.
career.
I'm pretty sure Christian wrote it all for him. They're really
Probably.
going.
That's a good point.
They're really going like low balls. You know,
Yeah,
like I'm gonna
that's
talk
this
about your
whole
dad. You
nothing's
talk
off the
about my
table in this
wife.
feud.
Oh, yeah, like we're just gonna. It's kind of like they're fucking roasting each other. They're having a roast battle right now.
Yeah. Or it's like two neighbors who know everything about each other who get pissed at each other, like, oh yeah, well that's why your wife left you. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well that's why you lost your job. Blah blah blah. That's why you lost your fucking house. That's why blah blah. You know, like
yeah,
the guy knows
exactly.
everything in the whole life of the other one, so you just bring
It's
up all
pretty
the
cool.
shit.
It's some good writing,
It's
which is
good.
why
It's
I think
good.
it's Christian. I think Christian is the producer of this whole segment with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I think he's
Yeah,
the one
Christian
moving it.
Christian is definitely doing some great work here, and it is bringing out some good work with Jungle Boy. At first, this whole association was bullshit, but if it led to this, which is good.
And it's made Luchasaurus respectable as
Agreed.
a
He's a lot
as,
more respectable
as
than
an
he was.
as an intimidating fucking wrestler, which is what
Yeah.
he should be in his character and his size. He shouldn't be a fucking joke at
Do you
the end of
think
the day.
Christian is like bringing in a new monster now? It feels
I
that
think
way.
he will.
I think so.
W. Morrissey.
That would be cool. I mean, I thought MJF was going to bring him in at one point, but then MJF left. Remember?
Yeah,
Felt that
yeah,
way.
yeah. Because I know that they liked him at the tryout, and he's out of his contract with Impact. They
Yeah.
offered him a certain amount of money, and he didn't want it. They left on good terms, but they were just like, let's just leave it at this. And he's been on the Indies, so I don't see him going back to WWE. I see him probably showing up in AEW in the next few months, possibly with Christian is a
Yeah.
big possibility.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
would be pretty cool. So we're running out of time here in part one. So we're going to have to come back and finish our AEW Dynamite review in part two. So please return and click on part two. Thanks for watching part one.